Hello FPL managers and welcome back for another video. My name's Jack and today we're going over our team selection for Game Week 24 as we have locked in our transfers. I'm also going to discuss some transfer plans I have for the coming game weeks and a couple of other future teams or how our team is going to look across the next few game weeks as well for you guys. If you are enjoying the FPL videos, drop a like and subscribe as it really does help out the channel. Also look out for some more UCL fantasy content as the Champions League is restarting out very soon, which will mean you'll have to click that notification bell as well to stay up to date with all of the future FPL videos coming your guys' way. And with that being said, let's jump into the video. So first of all, let's just have a look at how the team has got on it so far in Game Week 23. We are on a total of 48 points at the moment, which has sent us take a slight red arrow down to pretty much bang on 1 million in the world. Obviously, this should be pretty quickly shifting back to a green arrow, considering that we do have 6 players yet to play in the last double game week of double game week 23, with 3 Arsenal and 3 Manchester City players. Hopefully, all 3 players from either side do start in this one, but of course, there is some risk with injury and rotation as well for a couple of players which we will discuss. The first player we'll have a look at though is Ramsdale here. He got 2 points in the first match day. Very unlucky not for him or Ben White to get a clean sheet for Arsenal, as Brentford's goal should definitely have been ruled out by VAR. Did add a bit of frustration, especially since we had double Arsenal in defence. That would have been big points for us if we were able to lock in that Arsenal clean sheet for both Ben White and Ramsdale. Unfortunately not to be there, so we can't dwell on it. They face Manchester City next. Another difficult fixture from a defensive standpoint, but you can only hope for the best. And Kieran Trippier and Akanji also blanked in each of their matches so far this week. Akanji didn't get the start for Man City, which hopefully means that he can start again in Game Week 24 and also in the second fixture of Game Week 23. We'll have to see what Man City's Champions League side looks like as well. They don't play in the Champions League for a little bit, so still it'll be a bit of doubt surrounding whether he's going to be playing Champions League minutes or Premier League minutes for this second fixture of this double game week. So we'll have to see what happens there with Akanji. Looking to the midfielders though, that was the spot or the position in our team this week that had the most success, with Andreas, Rashford and Mahrez all providing returns for us so far this week. Mahrez obviously being the pick of the bunch here with 12 points. He got himself a goal and an assist, and it was really good to see him take the penalty instead of Erling Haaland. And if this does continue, Mahrez could be an absolutely excellent pick, as at under £8 million right now. If you can get a Man City penalty taker, that's just going to add so many goal opportunities across the whole season, and especially after scoring this one against a pretty good pen saver in Martinez, there is a good chance that Mahrez does get the next penalty as well for Man City, so we'll have to see here. And then of course Andreas and Rashford did get returns, as I touched on. Andreas picked up the assist and Rashford did get himself his customary goal. Fernandes also missed out for Manchester United despite having a really good chance to score 1-on-1, plus a couple of other decent chances from open play as well, so he could have easily had a good haul against Leeds. Not to be, he's still not a player that I'm looking to get rid of from the team coming into Game Week 24, but I will probably look to get him out for blank Game Week 25 for Manchester United, but that could still change depending on injuries and other information surrounding teams coming to blank and double Game Week 25. Odegaard as well did blank in his first fixture. Hasn't looked too threatening recently from open play in his last 2 to 3 games, but hopefully he can bounce back with a big fixture against Manchester City in the second fixture of his double game week. And looking to the lads up top, Erling Haaland did come off early with an assist. He got 4 points, doubled up to 8. Hopefully he's good to go for his second fixture against Arsenal. We'll have to see though. And Harry Kane did blank in his match with just the 2 points. Also, the decision to bench Martinez, Bamford and Bueno did pay off, as each of those 3 players just produced a 1 point. So overall, pretty happy with how the game week's gone so far, as I do expect a green arrow after these 6 players do play in their second fixture of the double game week. So let's have a look at how the Game Week 24 team lines up, and also some transfers that we have locked in coming into this team. So our transfer that we are likely to confirm this week is Martinez to Kilman. As I've touched on in previous videos, Max Kilman is a player that I am a massive fan of, and he's got some good fixtures coming up in the short term and allows us to use a free hit strategy in Game Week 28 as well, as we can really target the short term fixtures. That's the main goal right now. Then we can free hit, so we don't have to worry about teams blanking in blank Game Week 28, which is the biggest blank game week of the season. Obviously Wolves have Bournemouth at home next, and then have a double in 24. 25, with one of those fixtures being against Fulham. So a really good chance for those Wolves defensive assets to pick up clean sheets and put up good points tallies, especially with that double in 25. And Lissandro Martinez, a good player to get out of the team ahead of blank game week 25, as Manchester United do miss out this week. And also, since Martinez didn't get the start in the most recent game, he could also be a player up for rotation, especially with the busy fixture schedule for most Premier League clubs. So after making this move, we do have 2.3 left in the bank, which is quite a bit to play with. So we do have pretty good transfer flexibility around the squad as well. So with that transfer being likely to be locked in, let's have a look at how the team shapes up for game week 24. This is probably going to be the starting 11 right now in a 4-4-2 formation, and most players do have a pretty good fixture this week, as only one player has an FPL rating of above 3, which is Kieran Trippier. He's got Liverpool at home, which is an okay fixture, to be honest, especially considering Liverpool's attacking form. They did look pretty good, though, to be fair, against Everton in their most recent match. They scored a really good counter-attacking goal, and that's just kind of showcased how good Liverpool can be at their best. I also did want to touch on some potential Liverpool assets that we could look to bring in. Mo Salah could be a really nice pick as well that we could look to get into the side, especially since we already have 2.3 left. If we wanted to go Fernandes up to Mo Salah in double game week 25, especially after getting himself a goal for the first time in what feels like quite a while for him in game week 23. That could also be a move that we make possible. Obviously, Salah at 12.7 will require us to downgrade another player in the team. So we'll have to see how that kind of shapes up. Maybe Akanji could be the player to get out of the squad, or even Bamford as well could be another player to drop down, as he's quite expensive for a player to be sitting on our bench currently. So that's a couple of other things to think about in the near future. But otherwise, having a look at the team for this week, I'm pretty happy with the setup. We've held on to two Manchester United players in Rashford and Fernandes. There has been a lot of people transferring out Fernandes early after game week 23. Game week 22. I held him for game week 23. He did blank, unfortunately so, but I'm going to keep him again for game week 24. And as you can see for our team, coming into game week 25, with the teams of Brighton, Brentford, Newcastle, and Manchester United blanking, we will currently only have 3 players blanking for blank game week 25, which is pretty good, whilst also having 4 players doubling right now with triple Arsenal plus Max Kilman there. Bueno is doubling as well, but I'm counting him as a player that's not going to be playing, since he's likely to miss out for Wolves, just given rotation. So that's probably going to mean we're going to have to either transfer Bueno out or get rid of Fernandes, Rashford, or Trippier coming into blank game week 25. Otherwise, we're only going to have 10 players starting, assuming Bueno doesn't get the start for Wolves. And I do want to have 11 players playing in the team. So it's probably going to be Fernandes as the most likely player that I'm going to get rid of from the squad, as Rashford and Trippier, probably 2 players that I'm not going to want to get out of the teams, just considering how good they've been this season and their good recent form as well. Obviously, Fernandes has been in good touch recently, but for a player of nearly £10 million, if I had to pick between those 3, Fernandes will be the one that I get rid of from the team. And plus, with 2.3 left in the bank, I can pretty much get in most players that I want to in FPL right now. So if I could make a double transfer to take a hit maybe to get Mo Salah in, that could be a good option to go for as well, especially since Liverpool also have a roughly 50-50 chance of blanking in game week 28 compared to Manchester United, who could have a much bigger chance of blanking in that game week. Going from Fernandes to Salah now could be a good option. Also, Manchester City have a good chance of blanking as well. So at some point, I'm going to have to get rid of their assets, which could see Akanji also drop down in the near future. Obviously, he's going to be good from now up until game week 27, as Man City don't blank in 25. So I'm probably going to be looking to get rid of Akanji ahead of game week 28 as well. So maybe if we wanted to drop him down early to be able to afford Salah into the team as well for double game week 25, that's another option that we could go for right now. Otherwise, we could also upgrade Bueno to another player doubling in 25 with the 2.3 left in the bank, and keep Fernandes in the team and just drop him down to the bench for blank game week 25 and have Fernandes, Rashford, Trippier on the bench. Then get rid of Bueno, bring in someone else, maybe a player doubling in 25, or a Brentford or Brighton asset that's doubling in 27 as well. That'd be a move that could potentially occur. But right now, the team is looking pretty good, with Ramsdale, Akanji, White, Kilman having very good fixtures in defence, facing having the double Arsenal defence against Villa, then Akanji against Nottingham Forest, Kilman against Bournemouth, Those are all players that I'm keen to have in the squad this week. I don't see me making any other transfers this week. The only other thing I'd be looking to do is make transfers ahead of Game Week 25. Maybe taking a hit to get Mo Salah in. That'd be the only reason I'd probably take a hit. If he can get himself another goal in Game Week 24, then I'd definitely be keen to get Mo Salah into the side. But right now, that is the only transfer we're looking to make this week. The midfield is also looking pretty good with double Manchester United against Leicester. Their defence hasn't been the best so far since the resumption of the Premier League after the World Cup, and Odegaard and Mahrez, two players that have been in great touch recently, both with pretty good fixtures against Aston Villa and Nottingham Forest respectively. So we do have both triple Arsenal and triple Manchester City starting once again for us this week. Currently, Erling Haaland does have the captain's armband against Nottingham Forest away. This could potentially change, and Harry Kane does face West Ham at home. So overall, some very, very good fixtures this week, especially considering it's a single game week. Good to get this many good fixtures in, so hopefully we can maximise our score for this week. And I am fairly happy with how well the team set up for blank game week 25, as we really only have to make one more transfer of either Bueno out of the side or Fernandez out of the side to have the full starting 11 players playing for blank game week 25 without having to take any hits. It would be preferable. Also in the future, I would be looking to get rid of Bamford to potentially Tony ahead of double game week 27, which has been announced for Brentford. That'd be a move that we'll make after game week 25, obviously since Brentford do blank. Also, the Brighton assets could be worthwhile having a look at, maybe in place of Riyad Mahrez as well, as Mahrez does blank or has a high chance of blanking in game week 28. He could be a play that we get ahead of game week 27, get on either March or Mitoma for that game week as Brighton do double. That's another option we could definitely consider there. So there is definitely pretty good flexibility with this team since we have so many players already playing in game week 25. And then I'm looking to free hit in game week 28, as you can see here, Man City do have a good chance of blanking, so with triple Manchester City, I'm probably going to be looking to get rid of those players. Manchester United also have a chance of blanking. Fulham also have a chance of blanking, and I've calculated there is a possibility that up to 10 or 11 players in the squad right now could blank coming into blank game week 28. So using a dead-end strategy coming into game week 28, pressing that free hit button could be worthwhile for us, especially considering most players in the team right now have good fixtures for the rest of the season, excluding blank game week 28. So the team will be set up very, very well after game week 28 if we do use the free hit strategy. So I think that's probably the way we're going to play it, and then we can use our bench boost and triple captain in the upcoming double game weeks, potentially in 29 as well. That's supposed to be a big double game week coming up, plus future doubles as well in the remainder of the season. Using the bench boost and triple captain in those weeks will definitely prove beneficial. So right now, I'm pretty happy with how the team is set up coming into game week 24. Thanks for watching today's team selection for game week 24. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it useful. If you did, drop a like and subscribe, as it really does help out the channel. And to not miss any future uploads of FPL content, click that notification bell as well. Also, there's going to be some UCL fantasy content coming your guys' way with the build up to more UCL finals matches very, very shortly in the round of 16. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.